From Robo Santas to Geek Salad's Retro Movie Review. From the Geek Salad Podcast, I'm Andy.
And I'm Mike.
Yep, and the holiday pain train, she keeps on a-rolling. Because tonight we are picking up where we left off before Mike went to California to continue the Santa Claus trilogy. With the Santa Claus 2, also known as the Mrs. Claus.
Which, 8 years of being Santa, they just decided to bring it up now.
Surprise!
And it's even smaller print, which means it's really kind of a bait and switch, isn't it?
I mean, legitimately, how much of this is legally binding if they keep hiding this stuff from
If you need a magnifying glass this big,
right,
in order to view it, then I think any decent lawyer can make a pretty fair argument against it.
Right, exactly. This is all stuff that should have been covered. Like, okay, well, you put the suit on. Okay, you got to deal with it for this one time because you did not read any of the fine print. You could deal with that after. For the one Christmas that you are Santa, and we'll decide if you want to go with that afterwards. Oh, and by the way, you must marry.
And you must marry in exactly 8 years. Because
all right,
he had to marry by that Christmas Eve. Not by any previous Christmas Eve, that Christmas Eve.
Let's kick this off with the fact that there is you mentioned before, there's an 8-year gap between this and the first movie, which is, it's surprising to me because the first movie was a huge hit.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have the box office. I don't believe this did well. I mean,
I do have the box office. Budget of $65 million, box office 172.9. So
global or is that global or is that domestic?
It's Wikipedia, so
that doesn't tell me anything.
No, it doesn't tell me anything either. 172 million worldwide on a $65 million budget. So that's one.
Okay,
that's
so I mean, it made okay money, but it just feels weird that there's an 8-year gap in between them. It's like you opportunity a few years to try to do this and it lapsed. So what do? You like, okay, well, it's been 8 years. Tim Allen is out of a job if it's not Pixar related. So let's he tried doing his grown-up movies.
Yeah.
In between then. Galaxy Quest was like 3 years before this. And out of all of his like grown-up movies, his non-Disney movies, do we talk about anything other than Galaxy Quest?
He did Old Dogs, right?
He did. I think he did Old Dogs. He also did Christmas with the Cranks.
Oh, wow.
Which I think may have come out around this time as well. Yeah, I know. And it's just
we're not well versed on the oeuvre of one Mr. Tim Allen.
No. This movie is also, I don't know if I'd call it a hard G, like a GIF. It's, you have to be in the text chain to get the joke. But
you do.
If I feel like they really pulled back, but only showed restraint in certain areas. There was a lot more reindeer flatulence in this movie.
No. There was only I can only remember one moment of reindeer flatulence.
All right.
There was a lot of reindeer going.
Oh my god! I'm trying to remember who they sounded like. Nope. You're looking for it, huh? But yeah, and somehow the reindeer looked worse in this movie than they did in the first one.
Yeah, unfortunately, we only dealt with like 2 of them.
Right.
What was it? Comet and Chet.
Oh God. It's just I don't know. It's just, we went like yesterday, the kids and I watched Santa Claus 1985. And yeah, the reindeer in that movie look fake too, but they look a hell of a lot better than these scraggly ass CG creations that are in the Santa Claus 2, the Mrs. Claus.
Thing is, like much like with the first Santa Claus, there are moments when I'm like, oh, okay, this isn't bad. There are nice moments, like when it's like the quiet moments with like just Scott talking to Carol and like
Get it?
Yeah. And just having those quiet moments with Calvin. No. Charlie. Sorry.
Yeah.
There are like some nice moments, and much like with the first one, where it was trying to be like just a genuine like little family drama, little quiet family drama. There were very fun moments there. But then they decided, oh no, now there's an evil toy Santa Claus taking over everything, and he's got an army of tin soldiers that don't do anything whatsoever.
Put a pin in that. We are going to get to that in a second. I got thoughts. I feel like it's almost like you're watching it like there's a really sweet, heartfelt moment going, and you're like, you're getting it. Keep going. Keep going. You're so close. You're
and then the reindeer
fucked it up.
Yeah, and like whenever they go to the North Pole and they start going into like this whole like huge fun just for kids stuff, it's like you've lost me. I'm out. I'm done. Stop it. I'm done. I can't watch it.
Yeah. The child slavery aspect of this whole thing really is just like, oh, that novelty wore off.
Oh, and this time they actually make it legitimately child slavery. They're all under lock and key.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. It's terrifying. And all right, so let's talk about Robo Santa real quick. All right.
Who thought that was a good idea?
Here's my thought. You managed to make a full body prosthesis to put over Tim Allen, beard, all that stuff. You couldn't have done a mouth guard for his teeth. Because here's the thing about Tim Allen. Tim Allen, and I noticed this, he's got like that thing that a lot of older actors have where they've got kind of like that cross tooth right on the lower thing. And it's like, this is why ADR exists. You give him that flat plastic grill to match everything else instead of, I've got human teeth, which only adds to the creep factor. I'm plastic.
And there is a lot of creep factor. As soon as that thing came out and we saw a big old plastic butt in our face for a shot, and then we see the face, I'm like, when do we kill this with fire?
Right, exact. Well, the thing that killed me too is that I really firmly believe, and I didn't look up any of the trivia on this to see if this is actually true, whether or not this was like the opportunity that Tim Allen demanded to let him wing it. He wants to improv it the way that Jim Carrey improvs and does all this. He can't do it as Scott Calvin. Oh, do it as the robot Santa.
I want to be both the hero and the villain of this movie.
Oh God, but even the villainy is stupid.
Yeah,
it's just we know it's coming. We know it's there. We know it's happening.
You know what's happening the second he comes out of it and start going ho ho ho. It's like, okay, when are you going to turn evil? I'm just waiting for it at this point.
Right. Just because he misunderstood his prime directive. Bringing another child into this because you waited too long, so Charlie got old.
So let's have a precocious little redhead.
Well, yeah, exactly. So
who has red hair?
Judge is still getting work, which is always good.
The kid has red hair, despite the fact that mother is a brunette and father is Judge Reinhold.
Well, that's the thing. That's where that whole beat him like a redhead stepchild came in. It is considered to be a mutant gene. Red hair is supposed to be a mutant gene. So, like Jean Grey. See where we're going with this. We're doing everything but talking about this movie, Mike. This is really tough. So I just want to say on record, I really like Elizabeth Mitchell. I thought she was fantastic in Lost. She was actually remember the reboot of V from about 10 years ago?
Yes, yes. I didn't mind it. I didn't hate
I
it.
really liked it. I was like, this is way better than it has any right to be. And then they unceremoniously pulled the plug at a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
But I really liked that. I liked her in that.
She was the hero, wasn't she? She was.
Yeah, she was a hero. She was also kind of like one of the people that kind of came in late on Lost, but she's really good. She was really good in Lost.
And genuinely, I even liked her in this movie.
Yeah, for her few moments, she's the one that we talked earlier about. Like, okay, well, they're having some genuinely heartfelt moments. They're all hers.
Yeah. And as soon as she gets up to the North Pole and she starts like, okay, yeah, you have to hang out with all these little kids and try and act surprised, happy.
Right.
I don't know. But she's just, you see her face and she's like trying to react. I'm like, I'm so sorry you have to be in this movie.
Yeah.
I am so sorry. You deserve way better.
Right. So, full disclosure, Mike wasn't able to finish watching this before we recorded tonight.
Yeah.
This week is one of those, like, I have something going on every night. We are recording tomorrow night, our actual podcast. So, it was like, this is it. We have to do it tonight. You just got back from California.
Minus credits, which is probably like 5-10 minutes. So
yeah. So I mean, you got about 8 minutes left in the movie. So you didn't see like the half-hearted attempt at trying to put a partial fat suit on her.
No, I saw up to the elves were dismantling all the robots, Santa, all the toy soldiers, and Scott was wrestling with toy Santa on the sleigh.
Okay, yeah. You're really kind of there.
I knew where this was going.
You're right, exactly, and it just kind of ends. We get our happy ending. We get Santa marries Carol. So he can remain Santa because again, what a weird thing to put in a. Which I can't remember if we talked about this 2 weeks ago. We talked about the Santa Claus, but the fact that if this is a rule that every Santa has to follow, what happened to the other Mrs. Claus? Does she just like turn to dust, fully aware of her demise, like Thanos snapped his fingers?
Maybe she just like turns back to normal and just like teleports back to whatever she left.
She's just set back with no memory of anything, and only like her loved ones who have. I thought you were dead.
I mourned you for 900 years.
Yeah, that is really interesting. How does immortality work in this Santa Claus universe? Is there? Well, there obviously isn't, unless they're like Norse gods that I'm immortal until I'm killed, or like an elf in the Tolkien series.
There can be only one.
Well, yes, there can be only one Santa, and if you kill him, put the coat on. The reindeer will know what to do. Exactly.
See, they're trying to do a holiday version of the Highlander. It's all coming together now.
So, you know what? It'd be better than this movie. That's all I'm going to say. This was a really tough one to get through. Yeah. And I've watched all three of these already. I've already gone ahead and I've watched the escape clause. Folks, it doesn't get any better than that. It's not going to get any better, so don't expect it to.
At least it's Martin Short.
At least it's Martin Short. And honestly, that should have been the tagline on the poster. I'm already giving away next week's jokes. There's so much. I mean, again, I feel like they were on the right path. Casting Elizabeth Mitchell was a really good idea because she is a genuinely likable person. Even once you melt her cold-hearted veneer.
The scene in at the teachers party.
At the teachers party, that was really sweet.
I had a lot of fun with that scene. I thought it was genuinely charming.
Yeah. And then they fuck it up by showing Robo Santa again. Wind Up Santa. Is he a robot? He's just an automaton.
He's a giant toy.
Yes.
Because reasons.
just like Tor.
Time for go to bed.
But it just again hammers in. Sorry to say, folks, how genuinely unlikable Tim Allen is. It's really hard, because he's still trying to come across as being America's dad.
Yeah.
And it's like 2002, Home Improvement was a long time ago.
Yeah.
We didn't know if we'd get another Buzz Lightyear. Last time we got one was in '99, same year as Galaxy Quest. And again, as we said 2 weeks ago, he really is like he is the lesser sum of its parts than everybody else in that movie. Everybody else in that movie tried harder than him. And I love that movie. And it's really tough because I know Disney really tried to bank franchises around him, and this is just not. I just
how far was this one away from that Last Man Standing? Isn't that his second show?
Yeah, Last Man Standing is fairly recent. I want to say like
really?
2014, 2015.
Wow, really?
Did you find the date?
No, I've got it right. Christmas with the Cranks was 2 years after this.
Oh, it was 04. Okay.
And then 2006 was The Shaggy Dog.
Oh, shit.
And the Santa Claus 3.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about Wild Hogs.
Okay.
Anyway, TV, here we go. 2011 to 2020. It went for 10 years.
Wow.
But yeah, 2011 was Last Man Standing.
Okay. Yeah, I knew it was kind of in around there. Just got canceled. And that's one of those shows that he's on the chopping block.
Yeah.
But, they just keep like he complains that, I'm being silenced because of my views. Shut up.
No, you're being silenced because you have no talent.
Exactly. Shut up. Lightyear. We like you as Buzz Lightyear. Stop it. Okay.
He's not even going to be in Lightyear. That's
no, I know. God.
I bet you that just digs in his craw right now, doesn't it?
We have one of the holy Chris's in our Buzz Lightyear movie. Yeah, I know we're going to run short on this one because I really I don't have much to say about this. I think the big thing when we think about Christmas traditional movies, things that, we can get nostalgic on, things that we can get like, and that's part of the fun of Christmas movies, getting nostalgic about it, being able to watch it. Like, I grew up watching this movie. I mean, movie is 19 years old. So there are a lot of kids that grew up with this movie who now might be parents. And are they like, oh, okay, well, we got to sit down. We got to watch Santa Claus 2. Well, I watched Santa Claus 1. Shut up, heretic.
Can we also just say that David Krumholtz does not age?
No.
From Santa Claus 1 to Santa Claus 2, I can't tell.
This 8-year period, but a lot of that, it's, again. And Spencer Breslin, by the way, who was kind of like his assistant, will return. Because Spencer Breslin was like a child actor at this time who was kind of waning off that road. But David Krumholtz did like immediately after Bernard, he started to age, and now he looks like
a 43.
Looks like a man in his mid-40s, which is fine,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just I just don't know if, especially coming into the next movie as well. Do people really sit down like, okay, we're gonna have get popcorn, hot chocolate, eggnog, kids sit around. We're gonna watch the Holy Trilogy tonight. Star Wars? No. Where'd you get Star Wars from? Watching the Santa Claus trilogy.
Just whenever they're not in the North Pole, it's a much better movie. Same thing in the first one. Whenever they're not in the North Pole, it's a better. Okay, I won't say much better movie. It's a better movie.
Right.
As soon as they get into the North Pole, it just becomes a completely different movie, and it's a movie I don't think anyone really likes. It's just
It's slapstick and wacky,
yeah,
and there's only so much slapstick and wacky I think I can stomach.
yeah.
For lack of a better term, it's what I can stomach.
If it's not coming out of these three, I don't really want to see it.
There you go. Very good. Nice that you had that at the ready too. That was
I've got them all right there. They're all right
pretty
there.
impressive. Well, you need your Stooges fix. You
I
got
love
it.
my Stooges.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, so I'm going to put it out to everyone if you're not watching, because at this point Kurt would have said something.
Yeah, nobody's watching.
All right, so you're watching this on the replay then. Comment below. Do you actually make time to watch this movie as part of your holiday playlist? Is this in the mix? Is Santa Claus 2 in the mix? Or is it just the Santa Claus? Do you do the whole trilogy? And I'll put that question out next week too, when we actually hit Santa Claus 3. But do you go out of your way? Is there this appointment viewing when it's on Disney Channel? I know it's on Disney Plus. You can watch it whenever the hell you want. Or is this just one that's like, they need a second one? Which I think it suffers from the 8-year gap. I really, truly do.
Yeah. Like all the kids that were Charlie's age in the first year that loved it, now they're Charlie's age in the second movie, and they don't really care.
Right. Oh, that's great. There's a new Lord of the Rings out now, right? The Two Towers just came out. Let's watch that. Did you guys see Spider-Man?
Yeah. With the Doc Ock guy. Oh, that was cool.
Oh no, I'm talking first Spider-Man was 2002.
I thought that was 2001.
No, Doc Ock's 2004.
Yeah, no, 2001 was X-Men. Sorry.
Yep. No, X-Men was 2000.
What was in 2001? Is that Blade? Or Blade 2?
No, that's 99.
No, Blade 2.
98. Oh, maybe not. Maybe Blade 2. God, what was the big hit movies of 2000? Well, Fellowship of the Ring was the big one of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Monsters, Inc. Those are the big ones that come to mind.
And we are way off topic now, but it's because we're talking about Santa Claus 2. It's hard to stay on topic, quite frankly.
Yeah. So, all right, folks, throw your thoughts out there. What do you think of Santa Claus 2? This went short because I don't have a lot to say about it because I didn't care for it.
Yeah.
And it disappoints me to say too, folks, you're gonna get essentially the same review, maybe 5 minutes more, because I will talk about Martin Short, comic genius Martin Short.
I mean,
a little bit, but
said, there are moments in this where it shows like, oh, there is actually a genuine movie that can't, and then they just pile on farting and fat farting reindeer and a creepy ass toy Santa Claus. I'm trying not to swear because it's a G
it's
movie.
Christmas, and the movie is rated G. And I've already dropped 2, so we'll leave that up to me. Yes. Yeah. My PG-13 sensibilities. So anyway, we want to know, what are your thoughts on Santa Claus 2? Do you make the time to watch it? Really want to know? Leave a comment below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, just based on content alone. The fact that Mike and I are just so darn engaging and fun to talk to. Don't forget to subscribe as well, because we do this every week. God knows we do this every week. So check those out. Check out our past videos, including our review of Santa Claus from 1994, which was 2 weeks ago.
And last week's your review of the Star Wars Holiday Special.
Yes, with Tom from Movies After Work and Kurt Smith. That was a fun conversation. I really enjoyed having that one. Next week, we are talking the Santa Claus 3, and Mike and I host a little podcast called Geek Salad. You can check that out wherever you get your podcasts. So that's iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, you name it, we're there. Follow us on social media at Geek Salad Radio, on Twitter, Facebook, Geek Salad Podcast. Also, check out our TeePublic store, which is keyword Geek Salad Podcast, for last-minute Christmas gifts, because, come on. So anyway, we'll be back next week.
This movie also had Kevin Pollak.
Oh Jesus, I forgot about that. Oh yeah, God, why are you bringing that up now? Those really like crappy, inconsequential cameos. Peter Boyle is Father Time in that.
Lieutenant Commander Worf was the Sandman.
Yes.
Uh,
All right. They're wasted cameos in this. I
yeah,
spoiler alert for next week. They will make extended cameos in the next movie, but they are
they're not calling him the Molinator, is they?
no, they dropped that because that was stupid.
Yes, yes, it was.
So yeah, they get a little better of what they deserve in the next movie. They didn't deserve to even show up in this one. I feel bad for all of them, including Aisha Taylor. So
Yeah,
anyway, folks, we will talk to you next week when we wrap this crap up and with a bow. And until next time, I'm Andy.
I'm like,
Go forth and be nerdful. Talk to you later.
bye bye.